Hi, thank you for clicking on this video. I felt compelled to make this video today based on many conversations that I've had recently with people who, for whatever reason, are turned off to the idea of the formal practice of meditation, and maybe for whatever reason in Western culture and society, I don't want to say indoctrinated, but they have been told and informed and adopted the narrative that meditation, mindfulness, transcendental, all of these practices to take us into the now and the present and the consciousness are silly, they're nonsense, and they are not going to help you in any way, and it's not something of any importance. I talk to a lot of people when I say, I teach meditation, and they say, oh, what a load of old rubbish. and I just want to make this video for those people who are never going to make the time to sit and meditate and reconnect with the present moment. I'm going to invite you to just try something today. Okay, just this one thing that I'd like you to try. It's not going to take any time out of your day at all. You don't have to do anything extra, but I just want to plant this seed. You don't have to tell anyone you're doing it. It's just something you can do, and no one will be able to tell you're doing it when you're doing it, because of course it's not a doing, it's a being. When you're doing a mundane task, or you're going about your everyday routine, what I would invite you to do is to make yourself aware of all of the observable physical characteristics as they present when you're doing this task. So if you're doing the washing up, feel the water, the heat of the water. Notice if there's any steam coming off the water. But don't think about it. Just look at it. Just feel it. Just be present and immersed in that moment. Okay? That's all you need to do. And try and remind yourself to do that for 5 minutes a day or however long. And each time you notice that you're thinking about the task, just notice the thoughts. Notice where they've come from and go, oh look, I'm not here anymore. I'm not in this moment anymore. I'm not awake. I've fallen asleep into thoughts, because of course thoughts is sleeping. If you're thinking, you're not really here. Your body and your actions have gone into autopilot mode. You're not really here anymore. You're not going to be able to fully attend to a conversation. You're not going to be able to be there for the people around you. You might be driving a car. You're not driving it particularly safely. You're thinking. And we can't stop thoughts, but the longer we spend purposefully attending to and making ourselves be in the present by feeling the things, hearing the sounds without labeling them, just allowing sounds to play with your eardrums and be what they are, the more time we spend doing that, that you will find there will be greater gaps between thoughts. They might start to present themselves with less frequency. And this is the process of waking up. All I want to do is just help people who are turned off to meditation, turned off to the idea of esoteric teachings. But I want you to have this, because it is a profound feeling of stillness. This is for people who run around stressed. Of course, there is no need to be stressed. And when you're in the eternal now, in the present, you will not feel stressed. Stress, panicky feelings, all of these things are the result of thinking, thoughts. That's all they are. And in the absence of that, you will not have thoughts. Thinking and planning is a very useful thing, and it can be done mindfully. But the trick here, the trick about not thinking all the time and just being where you are, is a gift. you will become still. Whenever you go to start a new task or a new job, just sit for a minute, just like this. Feel your body, feel your breathing, feel that your body is alive. And just notice that you're alive, and you are the consciousness that everything else in your life plays out on. Consciousness is the stage. It's the stage, the awakefulness, the fact that you know you're aware and awake is you. Everything else is not you. And on that stage we have thoughts, we have events in your life, marriages, you have events where we go out with our friends, we have whatever happens in the world, in our mind. Everything happens on the stage of consciousness. And when we meditate and we sit, that stage becomes less cluttered, it becomes clear, and we just watch minimal things happening on the stage, like you would watch a film or a ballet. We're just observing what comes into our awareness, into our consciousness. We're just sitting, watching. We're not labeling it as good or bad. And we're noticing when we're not with the stage anymore and the stage falls away, and we are now in the fog, the unreality of thought that makes us stressed, sad, react to something, you shouldn't have done that, this shouldn't be that way, I wish I hadn't said that. And then we come back to the stage where it all plays out on. And when we just watch and don't get drawn into the fog, this is the place of pure peacefulness, equanimity. It's a tranquil state where we don't have to feel pressure and stress, because it isn't really there, it's in the brain. Consciousness is not in the brain. Consciousness is the essence of what you are. So I invite you to become consciousness, become wakefulness. At any point during the day, practice these waking tasks of feeling, grounding yourself where you are, and you will notice that you feel a sense of peace, stillness, compassion, and gratitude for everything that you have. I appreciate this is a bit of a longer video, and I'm just trying to point to something that's already inside you. I'm conceptualizing, when really this is something which is experiential. You have to experience it yourself. There are no words for me to be able to tell you. I can just point you towards it, but I'm really not teaching you. I'm just pointing towards something that is already there, that you have access to. And I hope some of you, even if you think meditation is nonsense, mindfulness is nonsense, that's fine. Just try and do this and notice where your thoughts came from, and you might find that many of them actually don't belong to you. Thank you for listening. Take care.